was just something I did. I was just young and very immature at that time. But of course, I didn't feel that way about academics, and of course, no one in this program feels that way about academics. But it was just something that's in the past, and we got over as a team. And I'm still dealing with it on social media, but you know, it's in the past.
How far can you throw it, and how important is that to you?
How far can I throw a football?
Yeah.
Probably about somewhere around 80, 85 yards. But it's not that important unless the guy catching the ball. So.
Right, but it impresses coaches and scouts and players and recruits that you can. You know, that's a measuring stick of any player.
How different do you think it'll be playing Alabama and it being your second start as opposed to your first?
It'd be very different because, like you said, we're playing the #1 team in the country, and I never went against Alabama. No one on the staff has. So, you know, of course we're going to see something we didn't prepare for. Of course, we're going to see something they didn't put on film yet, and then me being a young quarterback. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to get their best shot. So.
How did you?
What's your confidence for you in the last one?
Excuse me.
How was life changed for you in the last one?
It got a little better as far as being around my teammates and being more lackadaisy and just knowing that they got more confidence in me. I mean, pretty good.
You get recognized more on campus now?
I mean, yeah, but I'm still the same guy. It's not like that's just going to, you know, stop me from preparing for this next game.
Okay, you're a guy that took a team to a state championship game at one point in your career.
Yeah.
Is it hard to be a leader until you're the guy? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, is that something that's also changed over the last 4 weeks, that you're now the starting quarterback and you can, like, you know, exert yourself as a leader more in that regard?
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to be a leader when you're not performing on the field. You know, it's hard. I mean, guys our age, you know, don't take leadership from guys who are not performing and producing. So yeah, it's kind of hard to be a vocal leader. When definitely for me, I'm not that much of a vocal guy. Period. So that's one of my key things. Just getting ready for this game to be more of a vocal leader.
Can you take us inside the conversations that you and Braxton and JT might have when you guys are sitting around, hanging out, chilling, or working out? Can you take us inside that environment and what might be said?
Yeah, a lot less ball than everybody think. You know, right? Just making sure everybody stays sharp. Just making sure that, you know, we don't try to play outside of each other. You know, when JT became the starter, he didn't go into the season thinking that he had to do all the things Braxton had to do. You know, and when JT went down, you know, the coaches and players let me know I didn't have to do all the things JT had to do. So just basically just doing us, you know, just be ourselves.
Cardale, when you was Devin in the game plan against Wisconsin, or do you and Devin seem to have a little bit of extra chemistry out there?
Yeah, a little, because we played together in high school in a Big 33 game, and I mean, he's a really, really fast guy and can throw really, really far. So coaches are like, we might have a little thing on our hands here, but yeah, he was definitely not just him. He was involved in the game plan as far as a vertical threat. Yeah.
What do you do to make it not seem like that Big Ten championship game was in lack of better words, a one-game fluke for you? What are you doing to prepare yourself to get in for Alabama, saying that wasn't a fluke, that wasn't one game, that I just had an outstanding game?
Just to prepare better than I did before. I think that's basically it. Actually, yeah. So just staying confident, you know, having my guys around me, keep producing. So should be good.
How did you grade out, Cardale, when you went back and looked at the film from Wisconsin? How did you think you played when you took another look at it?
Really, I think I played kind of okay. You know, a couple of catches Devin made and a couple of the passes were inaccurate. You know, Devin made a couple of jump balls. You know, it wasn't like the second touchdown when he just ran under it. He made all the plays. The guys around me made all the plays. So my performance overall, I think it was okay, actually.
So when you think about how you played against Wisconsin, how much better do you think you could play in this next game?
Oh, a lot. Yeah, a lot better.
Like what parts of the game specifically? Like, do you think, oh yeah, I can do that a little bit better?
Making a couple of reads quicker, getting the ball on my hands a little faster, and better decisions in the read option.
And I mean, as far as being a running threat, do you think you can be more of a run threat in that read option part of the game?
Yeah, definitely. If you make the right reads, anybody can be a decent run threat in the read option. So it's just all about making the right reads.
For you personally, what would a win against Alabama mean? Personally, not for the team, for you.
Personally, it would mean a lot, not gonna lie, because you know, they're the #1 team in the country, and you know, We want what they have. We want their status as the best team in the country. And for me to be that quarterback to lead that team, to be a part of that team, be Alabama, that'll be one.
What does that mean for your career as people look at you as a player? If you're the quarterback that led a team to beat Alabama in the national semifinal, what do they say about Cardale Jones then?
I don't know. I mean, Alabama lost before. So I ain't some other quarterbacks who beat them. I don't know.
Cardale, Coach Ginn earlier, how much did he help you, not just in your Glenville days, Coach Ginn, but once you came to Ohio State and just kind of keeping you grounded and getting you to where you are today?
Just basically let me know, it's not going to be always easy. Stay patient and poised, and then when you have the opportunity, just make the best of it. So that's always been that's always his message to me. It kind of gets old.
What kind of advantage do you think it is that Alabama hasn't had the opportunity to see the offense with you in it, but for one game?
I think it's a big advantage because I feel like maybe we stretch the field a little more as far as vertical when I'm in a game, maybe. But that just could have been the game plan for Wisconsin. We haven't really put the game plan in for Alabama yet. So, I mean, they're going to have some things to discuss and figure out what we're going to do with I'm at the quarterback position.
Cardale, you were talking about mental reps and how important it was to get them. How do you stay engaged, when you're not the starter in meetings? And can you kind of talk about, Coach Herman, I know he asks a lot of questions to different guys, not even just the starter. So does that help with the mental reps too?
Yeah, definitely. And when you're not getting them physical reps, making sure that we are behind the quarterback who's getting them reps and reading the defense as he's reading the defense and going through our throwing motions or stuff like that.
And in meetings, he's talking to you as well, even if you're not starting, about what you do in this situation?
Yeah, in meetings, that's where I can say that's where more of the teaching goes on. But he always making sure everybody on their P's and Q's in meetings.
Cardale, what do you think it's going to be like that Coach Herman now has this head coaching job that he also has to think about it? Do you think it's going to change anything about the prep for the quarterbacks and for you?
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. He's all about Ohio State right now. He has a whole another team to lead, but that time hasn't came yet. And I believe he said in the press conference or something like that, I read about that, he's going to coach these next 2 games as he's coming back next season. And that's what it's looking like so far. So,
do you have much of a relationship with Troy Smith at all?
Yeah.
What's it like?
It's weird, kind of at times, because he come off as a great friend, a great mentor, and then he can be that coach. He can be that hard-nosed guy out of nowhere. It's very similar to Coach Ginn. It's like a young Coach Ginn.
And did you watch the Buckeyes in '06 or watch that national title game against when they played Coach Meyer in Florida?
Yeah, and I actually been watching Troy and them guys since their Glenville days. So yeah, watched that.
Obviously, this is something that you really want to take advantage of, this opportunity to start in this game. But you have to be feeling for JT and Braxton that this is something that they trained for too, and they won't be able to play in it.
Yeah, you're right. Because when Braxton went down in camp, it was a really, really uncomfortable meeting when Coach Herman had to tell us he was out for the rest of the season because, like I told him, I never seen a guy work that hard in the off season to prepare and to work on his craft the way he did. And same thing for JT. As soon as the team up north game was over, my first thing was like, "Where JT at? Is he okay?" Even though after the first drive I got in, we got stopped, but I'm on the headset. "Where JT at? Is he okay? Where he at? Is he okay? What happened?" So we feel for each other, but we all understand that that can't stop. It can't stop what we got going.
Cardale, you started in the 2009 state championship game as a junior, and really, you started at Glenville in 2010, but really didn't play in a game that important for 5 full years until you got to the Big Ten championship game. Did you ever get a sense people forgot about you, or just talk about that intervening time and how it developed you to play in another primetime game 5 years later?
Yeah, definitely. And if people forgot, I don't have a problem with that. As long as, my teammates and my coaches knew that I was capable of winning Rady, so it was great. I got to show everyone.
Cardale, this is a bowl game, and a bowl game is supposed to be for enjoyment. But can you and your teammates actually go down and enjoy anything like a regular bowl game, or is this a business trip that there's another game on the line and it's going to be all business and no?
It's hard to say. It depends what Coach Meyer wants. he's always about you know, locking in and relaxing. You know, it'll be a time down there and we can relax, and it'll be a time down there we lock in and home in, and try to get the job done. So it's basically knowing that thin line when to relax, when to lock in.
Thanks, Coach.
No problem.